Well, it's just cloudy for us. In fact, if you look up at those clouds, you might see little wispies coming down out of them. There's precipitation, there's stuff coming out of those clouds, just evaporating on the way down. That's a live look from Keeneland with your St. Joseph Health weather bug camera, looking back toward the city. It's one of our new views that we have for you here. So, what are we talking about here? So here's what the radar display looks like now. This is from the MaxTrack Live sitting north side of Lexington. We've got that lovely donut shape right there. So what that tells us is that we're likely seeing Virga, because when we add in the radar site from Louisville, you see how everything filled in here? We'll go back one. See how there it's blank? Now we add on a radar at distance and it shows stuff that's aloft. Well, that's how Virga works, and that's how we can tell what it is. One other thing to point out here, you see that bright yellowing there just north of E-Town? We are getting reports now out of E-Town that a little light snow is beginning to hit the ground. So we are looking at the air mass moistening up. And in fact, you look back to our west, and there's stuff on the radars all the way back into Missouri. In fact, back to Kansas and Iowa. So we've got a little ways to go here, and the movement of this is almost due east. Now, there's some complicating factors going into all this, and we'll talk about it coming up. For winter weather, there's not much. This is not a big deal. It's a nuisance for some. Most of us may not even get to a nuisance category. That being said, if you're out driving this evening late into tomorrow morning early and it's snowing, slow down. That'll be fine. This is not going to snow you in. On Sunday, we've got another little system coming in. It'll be mostly rain. There could be a little snow at the very onset, but that may end up being in the pre-dawn hours. In the 8-day, warm air starts winning. We are looking at an advisory out there for you this evening. It runs from Harrison and Nicholas County on to the southwest. Does include Lexington, does include Richmond all the way down toward Lake Cumberland. This is a very marginal event. In fact, we're looking at rain or snowfall amounts. Most of us a trace to an inch, so we'll call it an inch-ish. To the south, there might be a little bit more, a trace to 2 inches, plus a little bit of ice thrown in. So what's going on? Limiting factors. Dry air. We were showing you that there with the Virga display. So again, we're losing some stuff trying to moisten up the lower part of the atmosphere. The temperatures are marginal. We're barely going to get below freezing, and the overall system has a very quick movement to it. So here we go from 7 o'clock. The cold front came through, and it came through a little more slowly. So the day began in the 50s, although temperatures have been falling most of the day. That little weak wave down there in Arkansas, that's what we're watching. So as we're at 9 o'clock, you see the snow overspreading a good chunk of the air, mostly from I-64 south. You get much north I-64, things should begin to dry out pretty quickly. By 4 in the morning, again, at least some light snow coverage with some sleet, freezing rain mixed in. By 8 o'clock, we're getting this thing out of here in a hurry. And the bulkier Saturday, it's fine. Dry, maybe even see a little sunshine. Then the next system starts coming in here. We get you to midnight Saturday night. Here's your warm front. There's a little stuff trying to break out ahead of it in the pre-dawn hours of Sunday. As the warm front bubbles north, everything is rain. Then the low passes basically right overhead on Sunday, and that's the rain that we're talking about. We are trying to pull in some pretty cold air. It's running, though, into the springtime warmth to the south. Right now, we're sitting on that boundary line. As we look locally, it's 40 in Lexington, but down to 33 in Covington, but we're almost 50 in London. Gives you an idea of the spread across the area. Light snow, a little freezing rain thrown in mostly south, very light snow in the north, but some slick areas can't be ruled out. We'll be in the upper 20s, and tomorrow, whatever's falling ends quickly in the morning. Temperatures do eventually get close to 40. The mix is really early in the day on Sunday. Most of the day is rain. President's Day is fine, and then most of next week is rain, like most of the week, literally.
What the heck?
Like most of every week.
Lately.
Literally.
Is rain.
Some sort of mess coming down. All right, Bill, thank you very much.